Good morning. Happy Monday. Peace and blessings, everyone. We are still in the energy of the Aquarius full moon. The moon has moved into Pisces, and the moon is the day, and the moon is the body, the celestial body that governs this day. Pisces is the energy of the subconscious and the collective. Pisces is a very significant, powerful, creative energy. It's really important for us to realize that all of the energies are as significant. You know, the way we talk about astrology in the West. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Welcome. I'm so happy you guys are joining me. Thank you. We talk about astrology in the West in this very sort of competitive way, like we do with everything. Like Virgo's the best, Pisces the best, you know, all of this sort of stuff. And it's important for us to rally for the team that we're on. But it's also important for us to really understand that we have everything within us. And Pisces is where all things come together. It's where the whole pot is, right? So it is the collective, it is the subconscious. And I feel like one of the most detrimental things that we do as contemporary beings, contemporary human beings who are city dwellers and consumerists, is that we have really abandoned the creative process, the real true creative process, which is this relationship with our subconscious. Unless we're artists, you know, like artists, actors, painters, singers, dancers, these people tend to have a relationship, a deep relationship with the imagination. And the imagination is where all things come from. This earthly realm that we live in is all born out of somebody's imagination. The apartment building I'm living in, somebody drew up a blueprint and created the structure, and then they bought the materials and they built it. That's a process of creation out of the imagination. The shirt I'm wearing, somebody thought of this shirt and found the fabric and sewed it together, and it's a process of the imagination. Everything comes from the imagination. You come from somebody's imagination. Your parents had an imagining of you before you got here and materialized yourself. This is our relationship to the subconscious, our relationship to our inner world. And it's the most important relationship that we're having. There is no relationship that's more important than the one that we're having to our subconscious, creative power, internal reality, dreams. There's no more important relationship than that one, and it is the one that we tend to ignore the most. So the moon today is in Pisces, and Pisces, like I said, is the subconscious, is the collective, all of that sort of thing. But there are a couple of transits that are happening today that are really important because the sun went into Virgo yesterday, so now we're in a completely different energy. We're in the energy of really looking at how are we going to perfect ourselves? How are we going to make ourselves better? How are we going to improve? How are we going to alchemize? How are we going to how are we going to become more of ourselves? And this is a very intimate, deep energy that is so personal. And it's nobody else's fucking business, right? Like it's really this interesting thing because we're in this conversation collectively where we're all discussing our health. And we're discussing our health and allowing others to contribute to the understanding of what health and wellness is. And it's so important for us to understand that health and wellness is an individualistic path. There is no such thing as fucking one size fits all. It is an illusion and it is a lie. So I really want us to understand that while the sun is in Virgo. Your health and well-being is as unique and individual to you as your fingerprints, as the breath that you breathe, as your thoughts. It is all, no one can legislate your health and well-being. And when you understand that, you will not negotiate it with people who don't understand you. I have had to learn really interesting lessons in this way because when my son was born and he had Down syndrome, I was very aware of the Western narrative that was like, be afraid, this is wrong, this is not right, and how it was like everything is this way. You know, he needs this, he needs that. And I had to really go into myself and realize this child is an individual, and what he needs is really between me, him, and the divine. And if I can understand that and ascertain those needs, then I can communicate that to the medical people who are supporting. I can share that information with anyone who's going to support me in assisting this child in becoming who they are supposed to be. And this is what we need to do for ourselves. We have to advocate for our own health and well-being. And in order to do that, you got to understand your own needs. You have to understand your own system. You have to understand your body. You have to talk to your organs. You have to talk to your heart, talk to your kidneys, talk to your gallbladder, talk to your liver, talk to your legs, talk to your cells. You have 7 trillion cells. You need to communicate with them. They are waiting for you, and you're already communicating with them. If you're saying there's something out there that's going to get me, your cells are going, okay, we're waiting for something. We're on the defensive. And when you are on the defensive, you weaken your immune system and you make yourself susceptible to things that are out there, right? If you're talking to your cells and you're like, I love you, you're healthy, you're whole, you are working in tandem with every organ in my body, you are working with all the energies of the universe and all the energies on the planets and all the trees, the mountains, the air, all of the elements. You're working with all things for my health and well-being. You are conspiring for my health and well-being and good. If you talk to your cells that way, they will do that. They will do that. They are obedient. They are waiting for your action, right? So the moon today is in opposition to Mars, which is in Virgo. So literally, it is your job today to be able to imagine yourself in your most healthy, well, happy, joyful, illumined, enlightened state. Why? Because your imagination is the painter of your reality. Why? Because everything comes out of the subconscious, and Pisces governs the subconscious, and the moon and the sun are in opposite aspects for now, and we're going to have a new moon in Virgo and a full moon in Pisces this month. So you want to set your system up so that you literally are creating the mindset that will allow you to navigate this month's energy in a way that allows you to utilize it in the most highest profound way. And that is the energy of you imagining yourself fucking healthy, beautiful, alive, well, imagining that everything is in service to your well-being, that nothing is here to fucking get you, that nothing is trying to get you. And if you bump into those belief systems, those frequencies that would say that you have an enemy, right? That something is out to get you. If you bump into those frequencies in your own thought form, you get to go inside of yourself and literally conquer the enemy in your own fucking mind, okay? Conquer the enemy in your mind, because everything, what did I say? Everything is an outpicturing of your internal reality. Everything comes from inside of yourself. So if you're having an experience of somebody's out to get you, you got to really come inside, or something is out to get you, and love yourself. Bring compassion, empathy, self-acceptance. Breathe deeply into the pain. Breathe into the separation. Tell yourself something different. Tell yourself a new story, because the new story is going to create a new reality. Also today we have the moon in a trine with Uranus, and Uranus is in Taurus, in the earth sign, which governs your senses, right? So you need to feel really good about yourself today. It is important that you feel good about yourself and that you imagine yourself feeling good, right? Like what's the story? It's like, just imagine like dancing. Like just be in your own reality, like really driving the energy. And we gotta fucking get over looking good or what people think of us, or how's this gonna look, or they're gonna think I'm crazy. Like I have that shit. I'm a Virgo, and Virgo can be so practical, and I'm can be so concerned about appearances. I have Venus in Libra. So concerned about what people think of me, or the people who know me. Monique has changed. Let me tell y'all, if you hold on to old stories of what people think of you or what's right and what's wrong, we're in a new age. Let people sink in their own ships. Because if you want to thrive and experience happiness and joy at this time, there is a new frequency happening. And we can't do it the way we used to do it. We used to do it by money and things and big titties and big asses and I got a man and you know what I mean? Like money, all that shit is done. All that shit is, consciousness is the new currency. So what you think and what you feel is going to show up in your reality and you can't lie. So you got to really be present to the real stuff that's going on inside of you with compassion and empathy and a willingness to really learn to laugh at yourself and feel deeply, feel the pain, right? So if there's pain, feel it. It's okay. It's okay to have pain. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be uncertain. It's okay. None of that stuff is wrong. We are in a freaking new reality and all of us are like unexperienced here. Every single one of us are. The only reason I can have these conversations is because I read the astrology. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that separates me, if anything at all, is that I'm reading the astrology. So the astrology is giving me the information so that I can know what to do and so that I can share with you. And then hopefully you can garner from something so that you know what to do. But it's important for us to understand that we're all novice right now. And the beginner's mind is the mind that's going to win in this experience. The beginner, right? Like so many of us want to be experts. And I'm an expert at this and ain't nobody a fucking expert right now. I want y'all to know the truth. Ain't no fucking body an expert right now. Okay? All the expertise is out the door. It really is. And the only thing that is an expert is your breath. The cycles, the universal cycles. That's how you can tap into expertise. You can breathe. You can follow nature's rhythms. That's God is the expert right now, okay? The God Goddess presence, the consciousness is the expert. Every other person out here talking about, they don't know. I'm telling y'all, they don't know, right? So it's really important for you to trust. Trust, be in the uncertainty, be willing to not know, be willing to fall on your face, be willing to laugh at yourself, be willing to be happy, be willing to have pleasure, be willing to feel the pain, be willing to experience your sadness, be willing to be with the grief, be willing to feel your exhaustion, be willing to love somebody and give them inspiration, be willing to fall apart, be willing to come back together, be willing to trust the process, be willing. So those are the three things happening today. The moon in Pisces in opposition to Mars. Mars is in Virgo. Imagine yourself healthy, happy. Imagine yourself integrated. Imagine yourself as perfect as you can, because that's what Mars in Virgo wants. Perfection, okay? So what is your perfect imagination? What is yours? Don't compare it to anybody else. So that's the other one part. The moon in a trine with Uranus and Taurus. You got to sense your way through this, right? Your intuition is so important right now. Your intuition, what does it feel like? What is it telling you? Whatever you need to do to trust your intuition, do it. Shut the fucking world out if you need to. Turn off this stuff. Turn off all the fear stuff. Turn it off. Listen. Court your senses. Court the intuition, what to do, how should I feel, what to say, what does this mean? Really be with that, right? Be with your intimate self. And then the moon later today is going to conjunct Neptune. And Neptune is the cosmic mother. Neptune is the compassion, the ocean, the universe, the life-giving force of all things. When Neptune and the moon come together, it really is a beautiful thing. It really is. So literally, it's like, what is your deepest desire? That's Neptune. What is your deep, deep, deep desire? What is it? Not what do you want? Not that. Not what do you want? Get that out of the way. What do you desire? What do you desire? What has God planted in your heart and your soul that only you can accomplish, that only you can fulfill? That is your desire. That is your desire. And be with that. And if you can be with that today as the moon crosses Neptune, and feel it, really like, oh, what would it feel like if you could have everything you desired? What would it feel like if you could have everything you desired? And just rest in that. Just rest in that. So with that, I love you all so very much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Continue to use the full moon energy in Aquarius to really, work with things that I'm suggesting in the best way that you can. We're all in this together. I'm doing my own work in my own way. I'm not as available with private things. I'm still doing readings and things like that. So if you want to spend time with me, you can book a reading. I can do that. But a lot of back end personal conversations, I just don't have time to do those kind of things right now, just because I'm really moving into a new way as I'm preparing for my trip that's coming up. So I apologize if I don't respond to your emails or, private messages and things like that. I just don't have the energy for it. But if you really need to sit with me, you can book a reading. Okay, peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Have a really wonderful day. Bye-bye.